after the Villa game, and what enabled you guys to regroup, to go on a run that's taken you obviously top of your Champions League group with 2 wins, but also to the top of the Premier League as well? What was really said to get things going once again?
Nothing distinctive really. It was kind of, we as players in situations like that, you understand that something went right and there's no reason why you should be conceding 7 goals in a game. But the main thing was to kind of learn from it as soon as possible. Obviously we had the international break, which broke things up and probably helped us to probably clear our minds from what had just happened, and then be able to come back, and obviously came back into a tough game, the derby, and was able to get a decent result and kick on from there. And then just getting into the rhythm of playing 2-3 games a week and picking up momentum really helps.
Obviously, as well, in the Champions League, you've kept 2 clean sheets in the 2 games so far, but only 1 in the Premier League so far this season. So is that a cause for concern at all?
Not really. I think for us, we want the 3 points. I think that's our main objective going into games. I think at a time you might start to think about clean sheets and stuff like that, but for us as of right now, it's about getting 3 points and seeing how we can put ourselves in good positions in all competitions.
We also spoke with the boss about the impact of Diogo Jota. I just wonder what you guys make of him as well, because obviously we saw Mo when he first arrived scoring 6 in his first 9. Sadio scored 4 in his first 9, and now Jota scored 4 in his first 9 as well. So what kind of an impression has he made about the players?
Really positive, I think. On and off the pitch, really nice lad. Someone who's settled right in, being able to mingle with the group and be a part of the team straight away, and that's all you can ask really from a player coming in, because it's not easy to come in and settle in so quickly, but he's adapted so well to the team, and he's learning every day and the way that we want to play and how we want to play and how the manager wants him to play. So I think it's positive that he's in and around the team.
Okay, in order we'll go James from TalkSport, Juliet from the BBC, Carl Markham from the Press Association, and we've got plenty more hands up. We'll get to as many as we can. James first.
Trent, you managed to achieve your 100th Premier League appearance on Saturday. Just how do you reflect on what you've already been able to achieve in a Liverpool shirt?
It's a dream really. Something that I'm incredibly proud of myself. Something that I think you can only dream of as a kid, is to make 100 Prem games, and you never expect to do so. But it's an amazing achievement for myself. I'm proud of myself, and I'm grateful for the opportunities I've been given, because without a lot of help along the way from a lot of people, I'd never be able to make it this far.
We've seen Nate Phillips and Reece Williams come into the side in recent weeks without a huge amount of preparation or a heads up really. What is it about the environment at Liverpool that allows these young players to thrive and come in and be successful straight away?
I think it's just the way that, I think what helps a lot is the fact that they're with us in training, and I think in training we're kind of doing the same things. We play and train with the same principles. So the lads are used to the way that we play. They play against it. They understand the messages that the gaffer wants them to play. So for us, it's about making sure that there's an environment there that they can just be themselves and enjoy the football that they play.
Juliet, are you okay to go next, please?
Yeah, I hope so. Hey there, Trent, you're right. It's just a quick one, sort of following on from that, really. Like the 4 games since Virgil got injured, you've gone on, you've gone on to win them. You've lost other players to injury as well, and you've had those setbacks. The manager's called it tricky. You know it's tricky. So where does that sort of resilience, that extra strength come from? Is it like a band of brothers, and you just feel that everything's against you, so you're just going to go that little bit further?
Yeah, I mean, we've felt like that for maybe the last few years, is that all that matters is the circle that we're in, the team that we're in. Other people's opinions on the outside, and people have opinions and say things and stuff like that, but as long as we're focused on what we want to achieve and what we can achieve and know that we can achieve, especially now knowing that we can achieve these things, and we can go far in the Champions League, we can go far in the title race. Knowing that gives us that belief that anything can happen, and no matter what the setbacks are, no matter what players we lose through injury and whatever, that we're still able to achieve these things.
Thank you very much, Jules. Carl, then Paul Joyce, then Chris Bascombe in that order, and we've still got a few more to go through. Carl.
Hey, Trent.
All right.
Not wishing to dwell on that sort of defensive side of things, but when you lose Virgil and then you've got changing centre backs every game because of other injuries or whatever situation, how does your situation change in terms of how you personally approach the game, and do you feel you need to take on more responsibility because of that?
I think that's part of football. I think you've got to adapt to situations, because it's never going to be the same team every week. It's never going to be ideal. So you've got to be ready mentally and physically to adapt in any given situation. And I think the way that we've went about it, the mentality that the manager's instilled in us over the last few years has definitely helped us to be able to adapt in any situation. I think there's been many of an important games where we've missed some very important players and we've still been able to come out ahead, and I think that's obviously happening right now. Obviously missing Virgil, massive player for us, and it's been probably one of the weirdest tests that we've had, because since he's came in, I don't think he's really missed any really minutes of football. So for him to not be with us is something that we haven't really experienced, but it's a new experience and it's something that we've had to adapt to.
Okay, Paul Joyce from the Times, and then Chris Bascombe from the Telegraph, and then I think we'll go for a few more on the hands up list. Paul first.
Hi Trent, I was just wondering, it's the last week at Melwood this week. What specific memories do you have, maybe as a schoolboy peering through the wall, and also coming up to Melwood for the first time? And just second question, just to follow up Carl's point, have you personally felt you've needed to maybe step up more in the past couple of games because you're a key member of the team now in response to the injuries? So just Melwood first, really.
Yeah, I think Melwood for me growing up was, I think Anfield, and that was always special for me to be able to go and to experience the atmosphere and everything. But I think for me growing up, Melwood was where I always wanted to get to, because it was a day-to-day basis. It was somewhere that you see the cars going past. I'd see the cars going past mine on Queen's Drive and going into Melwood and stuff like that. And that was somewhere that I always wanted to be and to achieve to get there. So that was kind of my motivation at Melwood more than Anfield itself. Because if I could get to Melwood, it'd give me an amazing chance. And I always had that vision of what it would be like inside, how would it be like, who would be in there, what would the staff like, everything like that. That would just motivate so much. So I think it was just an amazing place for me growing up in my childhood. And then obviously, like you said about your second question about I think leadership and stepping up and stuff, I think I think that's something I've thought about myself, is that I think I've made enough appearances now and had enough experience to class myself as not a young player anymore and someone who needs to step up in these moments. I think when you miss such a leader and probably the captain of the back four really in Virgil, then it gives others and the rest of the back four an opportunity. I think it'd be difficult to say that me or Robbo or Joe or something like that could step in and do exactly what Virgil does, because we're not the same type of player, and it's not easy to do something like that. But I think the players who are really consistently in the back line can step forward and come together and make sure that presence isn't missed as much as possible, then it puts us in a good place. And I think so far we've been able to do that.
Thank you. Chris, you need to take yourself off mute because I had to put you on, so we're getting a bit of feedback. Then we're going to go to Marina Bellotti and then back to Per from TV2 Norway. But Chris first.
You can hear me all right now?
We can hear you fine.
Great. So Trent, just going back to that very first question Vinny asked about the Villa game, because it's very hard to the outside to think it was just something that you know, you could only just shrug off. It's 4 wins and a draw since then. The action's been so strong. But was there no harsh words at all within the group? Was there no meeting when you came back from the international break, or was it all just internal pride that you felt you had to respond to that?
I think that there was a meeting when we came back, but I think we always have a meeting anyway. So it weren't out of the ordinary that we had that meeting. So it was always going to happen no matter what the result was or what matter the score was. So that didn't change anything. But I think it's more about self-reflection in that period and knowing that can't happen. It was kind of a one-off. To concede 7 goals is unacceptable, but I think it's about learning them things. It kind of humbled us, I'd say, as a team, and let us know again that we don't just win games because we're Liverpool and the history of the club and the players that we've got. It's our mentality. It's the people it's the work that we put in, and if we're not 100%, then things happen. I think it weren't an outrageously bad performance from us, but it was. Our mentality went there on the day, and we got punished for it. So since then, we've been able to really focus on that. And I think, looking back on the last 2 years especially, that's what's got us to where we are now, is our mentality. Being able to come back from any position, being able to break through walls and kick doors down in that respect. And I think since that game, we've been able to get back into that stride a little bit.
Last couple of questions now. Marina, followed by Per, and then I think we're going to try and finish with Patrick as well. So Marina, over to you.
Sì, buongiorno, qui da Bergamo. L'Atalanta è il miglior attacco della Serie A già dall'anno scorso e giocheranno dal primo minuto, giocherà Zapata.
There was a second, Marina, sorry, who's got the translation. Can you hear, Trent?
No.
L'Atalanta già dall'anno scorso è il miglior attacco della Serie A. Domani giocherà come titolare Zapata. Voglio sapere se è il giocatore che temi di più come difensore per la sua fisicità e se preferiresti che fosse affiancato dal primo minuto da Ilicic oppure da Muriel, visto che sono i 2 giocatori in ballottaggio.
I think an amazing team. I think we've seen that last year. I think it's tough to just pick 1 or 2 players out and say that it's that's the reason why they're so good and such an amazing attacking force. I think obviously the strikers score the goals, but it's a team game, and I think for us we've got to analyse the full team and be aware of what threats they pose. So I think we'll do our analysis. We'll be able to see what they're good at and try and stop that. And equally, we'll try and get our game plan right to hurt them going the other way.
Fantastic. Okay, thank you, Per. And then we're finishing with Patrick. Patrick, before we come to you, I'll ask if you're going to ask it in English or Italian. I'm not sure if you're from our visitors. Per, first from TV2 Norway.
Yeah, hi Trent.
Hi.
Tomorrow it's Atalanta, obviously, but the last 3 times you visit Italy, it has ended with defeat for Liverpool. In your opinion, what's the most difficult with facing Italian teams, and how do you guys grab a win tomorrow?
I think Italian teams are notoriously really good defensively, really well organised, hard to break down, and for us it's about finding a way to do that. I don't think it's right to really say that it's because they're specifically Italian teams that we struggle. Maybe it's just because we're not there on the day, or the opposition have really played well. So I think we have to look at that. We have to put the past results behind us and not dwell on them. But also it's the first time we're facing Atalanta tomorrow, so it's something new and something that we need to adjust to as soon as possible. So I think tomorrow will be a good game, and hopefully we'll get the 3 points.
Okay, final question is from Patrick. Patrick, are you asking in English or Italian? Sorry, I'm just judging off the surname.
Sì.
In Italian?
Sì.
Yeah, George, wait for the headphones. Perfect. Fire away, Patrick.
Okay. Ciao Trent, piacere. Patrick Iannarelli, ti volevo chiedere, conoscete l'Atalanta, avete visto qualche partita, quali sono secondo te i punti di forza di questa squadra?
I think, like I said before, it's the team that they have, the way that they work as a unit, the way that they attack together, defend together. It's really good. It's fluid. It's a real team. Is the best compliment I can pay to them. I think all the way throughout the team they have the right mentality, the right way of going about things. So I think that the fact that they were the best attacking side in Serie A last year is important for us to know. So that's something that we need to think about and we need to look at, which we will do. And like I said before, we'll hopefully be able to get our game plan right and make sure that we come away with the 3 points.